What is up, fam? This is the Cybertruck dual motor. This is my first reaction. So I'm literally just driving out of the T-Sport line parking lot, and it is my first time ever driving the Cyber. Wow. Okay, so I'm making a right, barely turning the steering wheel, and you can feel the steer by wire just turn. So you're barely turning the wheel, and this car is already just turning. So so I'm giving you my raw first impressions. I'm used to driving a Model X for some context, so I'm already used to being high up on the ground, and I have a 2018 Model X, so I'm not used to completely the all of the Model S and X refresh capabilities. Obviously I'm getting that here, but this is absolutely insane. So I'm adjusting to even you really can't see out, obviously, so that's one big thing. You can't see out the back with the tonal cover, so you can see it right here though. The back camera is showing, and so that's all you need to know. And then obviously I'm even adjusting to making a right-hand turn. So shout out to our friends Go Charge for coming and doing some footage recording for us. All right, and I'm barely turning the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So yeah, this steering wheel, the weird thing is it feels like a yoke steering wheel. So I'm already used to that, and I'm already holding it like it almost feels like literally like a go-kart. So I'm holding it literally like a go-kart, but man, this thing is a beast. It has a ton of torque, and you're not used to this if you're not going to be used to this if you are driving a Model 3 and a Model Y. But here, I'm going to give it a little bit of a ooh, wow, that is insane. That's crazy. You feel that. So yeah, so I'm really just enjoying this. It's a very steady ride. Very simple. It feels heavy. You can feel it even more than a Model X. So I'm gonna get in the right lane here, get some, and then swing back. Yeah, so this just feels like, so if you're adjusting from a Model 3 a Model Y, it's gonna be definitely a big adjustment. I do think that there was some people providing feedback about how they're not used to not being able to see in front. But if you're used to the Model X, you're already used to driving a big vehicle. The one thing though I will state is, as I'm looking forward, this thing is, well, I don't want to put park right now just because we're literally about driving, but I have seen people literally reach. So the length of the length of the truck is a lot bigger than I guess I anticipated. But at the same time, like I said, I'm already used to being high up, and I'm used to all of this and insane torque. But overall, this thing, it handles, you can already hit, obviously I've only been going straight, but it's handling really well. It feels like a heavy vehicle, similar to the X. And I'm used to already the steering wheel. So I would say, honestly, if you have a Plaid S and X, it's pretty simple adjustment, in my opinion. I think it's just going to be the people that are not typical truck owners where it's going to be a bit of a harder adjustment for you. So I was just turning it from heat to cool to auto, but yeah, let's go back to cool. So instant torque, I'm telling you. So, and the funny thing is, actually, we have another truck right next to us, literally a Toyota Tundra. Puts it in perspective. But yeah, this thing is, so we're gonna make a left here. One thing I'll say too is in the Model X, your windshield comes all the way up to here, so you feel like a little bit more like a spaceship, where the windshield on the Cybertruck goes deeper, and so you don't actually feel as much like you're in a spaceship as much as you do the Model X. And again, if you saw that steer by wire, it's you can barely feel the left-hand turns. But yeah, so I'm absolutely having a blast. This thing is I really like, no problems. The regen I'm already used to having a bigger vehicle. Cool to see people's reactions to the Cybertruck though. This thing's pretty just unreal. Even Joe, what's your perspective back there, man? How are you feeling even sitting in the back?
Yeah, this is awesome, man. Like, I got a lot of room. I'm over 6 feet. He's got the seat back further than even you're driving, and I got plenty of room. Like, I'm good back here. Gucci, man.
So the one thing that I probably could adjust a little bit is going to be the probably the rear mirror over there, the side mirror over there. So that's one thing I would have to, I'll probably deal with that in a little bit, but yeah, outside of that, it's, you know, like I'm gonna do a quick lane change here, and I'm literally turning it slightly and it's moving all the way over. But yeah, you're barely turning, you barely turn the wheel. It's incredible just to see how much this truck can really just completely, you barely just move. And we've been pretty much driving on straightaways, to be quite honest with you. So for me, you know, it'll be interesting to just even do turns. But yeah, this is the Cybertruck. So, you know, it's been a minute in my case, you know, for adjusting back to, what is this, the horizontal landscape screen, because the Model X that I have, it's vertical, but this thing is huge, and given how spacious this truck is, honestly, given how spacious this truck is, the screen fits perfectly. And again, I'm 6'2", and I'm sitting this truck pretty groovy. So, and again, so for those that are not as familiar with the Cybertruck, like as you're adjusting, I still keep looking up at the window. So this will be an adjustment when actually all you need to do is just look down. So I'm trying to move over there, and probably not gonna happen, but I keep looking up at the mirror, and I realize that you have to look through the back camera. So that's gonna be a big adjustment. And I think, again, for your Model 3, Model Y owners, or just typical, potentially, people that don't drive big trucks. Here, see, I'm even turning a little bit. This guy, I think, is getting footage, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Again, it's an adjustment, but you get used to it. Especially, like, so I had a Model 3 and Model Y, and adjusting to the Plaid or the Model S and X, you know, doing the up and down, the forward shifting, the backward shifting, it's a bit of an adjustment, but it gets pretty easy once you get used to it. So looking up, and I'm looking down. Now, what everyone says is if you've been in a Cybertruck for a minute, it's always really hard to adjust back to anything, even the Model 3 and Model Y. I think it was David who UTech Pia. He was driving they drove the Cybertruck back from Austin, and he said that it was a big adjustment back. So either way, like I'm shifting lanes right now, and there's literally no cars, so it's pretty safe doing this. There's literally nobody on the road, but